So guys, welcome back to F1 2017 Career Mode. Today we are here at the US GP in Austin, and this is the kind of round where the 1.9 patch kicks in. So we see some updated liveries, we see some updated performances from some of the cars, and just to go over the engine components, 3 of them are on yellow. 2 of those yellow components are our 4th out of 5th component, and one of those is our 3rd out of 5th. So with the ones that are on yellow on the 4th component, it's going to be maybe a touch and go till the end of the season to see whether or not they'll make it, but hopefully they will. Just showing you quickly the R&D tree. I have literally no points for upgrades. I could just wait, but you know, I might as well invest in the department efficiency. I said this previously. I was looking at the second one, the second upgrade for the department efficiency on the powertrain, because I want to upgrade the engine towards the mid-end of the season. Middle of next season, sorry, and also I kind of want that to be good, so we might get that shortcut done, the little cheat with the you go through the durability to get the ultimate engine upgrade. But we've got a lot of penalties here today, and Ricciardo starts on the second row with some penalties, and yeah, we're in P12. This was a bit annoying, unfortunately. Some of the gameplay is very grainy, and I apologise for the glitch on the grid rundown graphic, but our strategy is going to be a one-stop onto the soft tyres, starting of course on the super softs, the middle compound of tyres. So hopefully we can get a good start, and hopefully this strategy will pay off for us. But here we go, we are counting down to 5 red lights to the USA Grand Prix, and we are underway with Kimi Räikkönen getting a good start off pole position and the 2 Red Bulls getting a good start as well. A lot of people are making a move down into turn 1. I'm going to make a move on Hamilton. I don't really outbrake him. I took a shallow line and just push him out on the exit, and I think that is P9 well sorted, to be fair. He's on the ultra softs, and I'm surprised that he lost that position to us, to be fair. But cutting on later on in the lap, we are going onto the main straight where we'll lose a load of time to the likes of Vettel and possibly Hamilton, but you can see the red proximity arrow isn't kind of moving, it's just staying there, and Hamilton at this stage cannot overtake us. Whether he's going to be conservative is another thing, but here we go, down in the inside of Fernando Alonso, a little bit of contact there, and we get a compromised exit after pushing Alonso wide. He then gives us a little squeeze, and yeah, we get bumped off out of 8th place, but here we go, hitting it down the inside of Alonso once again into this corner, trying to get the move done. We squeeze him out, and we certainly take back P8 with full aggression there, pretty much. But Vettel's ahead. He's going to have to make his way through the traffic to help Ferrari and the constructors. Hopefully Kimi is still leading the race. And we're caught onto lap 6 now, so it's kind of 5 laps after that. I was trying to catch up to with the likes of Vettel, who's actually overtaken Massa, because Massa's the next car now. And we're in P8. We have one retirement also in the race. But through this section, we are actually catching up to the Williams pretty quickly. And I've kind of noticed this before at Malaysia, and I think even Japan, the chassis, or I don't even know what it is, it's either the chassis or the aero or something else, but the Williams is just slow through those types of corners. We're a lot quicker through them. Of course he's going to pull away from us on the straight, but nonetheless we have DRS trying to catch up to him. We're in rich mix, we've got fuel to burn, going to standard after we catch up to him a little bit, but here we go to the outside to go attacking down into this corner. I go around the outside to hopefully try and cover him off there on the exit, and I certainly do, and that lovely helicopter shot there, and we just about fend off Massa. He was about to lunge it down the inside, but nonetheless just about get ahead of him, and yeah, we're in P7 now. Catching up to Vettel is going to be a bit of a task, but he's getting held up by some cars, so this might be a little bit easier than what I thought, but it's lap 7, and of course we've got a little bit closer, I think, to Vettel. But Massa is going to look possibly for a move down into this corner now as I go deep into the corner initially. And look, we've just absolutely spun out. We've hit the front tyre of Massa, and we've absolutely spun ourselves round. That's lost us quite a few places, and we joined behind a Toro Rosso with our teammate. And I think that's the other Toro Rosso, I'm not too sure. But Kvyat's passed us. We're down to P11 as a result of that. We're back up into P7. After the couple of the front runners made the stops, but one of those people is Max Verstappen, who's on ultra softs, and yeah, he's going to probably get past us quite quickly. So I don't know whether to put up much of a fight. As you can see, I had to put it in lane mix, trying to save some fuel. I'm not battling Verstappen. At this point, he was on the faster tyre. It's just, it makes no sense to fight someone on a faster tyre. He's on fresh ultras. So yeah, it makes no sense. I obviously kind of lose a bit of time there with locking up and going wide. But hopefully that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We can just stick behind Verstappen hopefully to get DRS, which we actually don't. But coming out the pit lane is actually Daniel Ricciardo, so Verstappen's teammate. And you can see he just literally stops, I think. Oh, he's very close to stopping through turn 1 and as his teammate was going side by side with him there. So essentially, Ricciardo's lost a bunch of time because he should have been out ahead of his teammate. So that was very close from Red Bull. And through that section, we absolutely just got the corner completely wrong. I think we turned in way too sharply either side, and the forces obviously kind of shot us sideways a bit, so we lost a lot of time there. Coming into the pit lane now on lap 11 for our soft tyres, and of course we need to kind of catch up to Ricciardo and the likes of Verstappen. We're going to try and see if we can get into contact with Vettel. That probably will not happen, to be quite honest. He's in a Ferrari. He's probably going to hopefully get through the field, fingers crossed, for our senior team. But in the pits, good stop, 2.7 seconds from the team. We're not exactly super quick in the pit lane, but you know, it's a lot quicker than what it was. But we can see that just after turn 1, some yellow flags. We rejoin just in front of Jolyon Palmer in P13 behind Stroll. So in essence, we shouldn't really have too much of an issue catching up with Stroll through the first sector, maybe even the final sector. But this is the yellow flag zone, and we have a virtual safety car, I believe. Yes, we do. And that's the car ahead, and lo and behold, it's a Fiat. Lo and behold, why? We lost a place to him earlier after making a massive mistake. So yeah, this is not what I wanted, but you know, it's going to cool down our tyres, which isn't good. Stroll, I don't know about Stroll. We're going to hopefully try and catch him up, but everything's slowed down for a couple of corners there. But our delta is pretty much severely in the green, so we're going to speed up a little bit. And there we go, we're just about keeping the green for DRS enabled. Gets the absolute restart wrong completely, because Palmer's now got a good run. And this patch, I swear, has made this Renault like a rocket ship. It's like a Renault with a Mercedes power unit. It's super quick in a straight line from this Grand Prix. I don't know about any others, but I've noticed it's definitely in this one. But through the final corner, making a big error, a little bit of overstay had to correct, and now I'm going to fall victim to Palmer. We go up into P11 as a result of someone in the pit lane, and now we're going to go defensive into turn 1, trying to fend off Palmer now as we try to hold him around the outside. We'll hold him to the edge of the track, in fact, not hold us around the outside, but we just about get past him. And we're on soft tyres, so this is a little bit of a weird situation. I don't know how old those ultras are on that Renault, but through there, definitely so much quicker. I tried to pull to the inside to try and defend against him now, so I'm going to like kind of defend to the inside, because the inside is quite a strong line going into this corner. Of course, I need to be careful of Palmer, but as we go down into the braking zone, Palmer locks up. I also lock up, but not as severely, so I still make the corner pretty well, and surprisingly, Palmer's still there. And we're going to this corner, trying to give him the room, because obviously he's still side by side, but then he tucks behind. We defended successfully. We defended P11. Absolutely spot on. But yeah, we've got the likes of Alonso and not Verstappen, Van Dorn behind us as well. Teammate is in the pit lane. At this point, I was kind of unsure where I was in the pecking order with all the cars coming into pits, but our teammate was behind us before. Well, he was behind us before, like after we made the big mistake, but we overtake him in the pit lane. He's obviously on the soft tyres as well, and we're up into P10, just behind Carlos Sainz, and Magnussen is going to get a very, very bad position coming out the pit lane, but he's close to other cars, so it's okay. But Perez is now out of the race, so that's 18 runners in the race total. Yeah, this is not going great, is it? We've had 2 retirements, and we're in P9. Massa's in the pit lane. This is crucial. Massa is now in the pit lane. Where is Massa going to come out, and where are we going to come out in all this? So there's 3 cars in the pit lane. Can we overtake all of them? That is Felipe Massa. No, it's Esteban Ocon coming out the pit lane. As we go down into turn 1, he takes the tighter line. I'm obviously on the racing line, cut just behind him there, and I'm going to try now to go side by side through the S section. Well, the first part of the S section, in fact. This is going to be very difficult to go side by side, so I back out, and you can't go side by side there. Probably last year you could, but this year you cannot. And yeah, we've fallen victim to Ocon. He's on the faster tyre, so it's very unlikely that we'll catch him very soon. And I think he may just end up pulling away from us. Just better downforce, better engine in the back of that Mercedes-powered Force India. So hopefully we can get DRS. Fingers crossed we can, because Massa's behind us now, which is the crucial thing. And yes, we do get DRS, but we've only got a little bit of spare fuel, so this might not be easy to defend against Massa. But surprisingly, he's not really catching up that quickly. So yeah, that's a good thing. We can slightly defend in a straight line. But perhaps in that first sector, that's our strongest sector against the Williams car, definitely. So we're going to see how that plays out. But this is another battle again. Felipe Massa going round the outside on lap 18. We've got 11 laps to go in this race. Fighting for P8 and P7 currently. And we're going to try and make a move down the inside. He locks up like Palmer did, but more severely. I think if you go around the outside, then get pushed off the racing line, going into the braking zone, that'll upset the tyres a little bit. There'll be less grip there, and then they'll just lock up, and then you'll just go straight on. Lap 19, the lap after that, Massa makes the same move again. I'm just going to do the same thing. Defend down the inside, but go side by side with him more and squeeze him out a little bit. Didn't make too much of a messy entry or exit to that corner, so we defended P7 again against Massa, and of course, as predicted, Ocon has now shot off into the pretty much 6th place, but I make a mistake on that corner, and that allowed Massa to close up like a little bit, but through this section obviously we're going to pull away. So that was a little bit of a hair-raising moment. Didn't want to go side by side. Luckily I managed to get the drive off the corner and stay ahead, because one little mistake in a strong sector like sector 1 or maybe the end of sector 3, yeah, we're going to have big issues overtaking the Williams again if we ever get behind. But Felipe Massa is now going to go around the outside, and so is, I think that's Sainz. Yes, it is Sainz. And Massa locks up. I go deep. I got put off by Massa braking there. So Sainz, Massa, and our teammate now are getting stuck into this four-way battle for pretty much 7th place. And it's literally the back end of the point of fighting with each other now. So Massa stays ahead. I think that's that's not our teammate. That's Stroll, isn't it? I think that's Stroll. But I just got a radio message from the engineer. We have reduced power because our engine is pretty worn, so this is going to be a little bit difficult to defend, but I think we're going to have to be pretty good down the straight, definitely. But the car ahead is actually, I think, a Ferrari, so we've been lapped in this race. So Sainz now makes a move around the outside. I tried to get it back into his slipstream. Massa's now going to try down the inside. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to follow Sainz in this. I was kind of boxed in there. I couldn't really do anything else, and now that I've just dropped 2 positions, now we just go down the inside of Felipe Massa through this section, and to hopefully take back a position lost here, and we do take back P8, but then it's just a few corners left. Can we get Carlos Sainz for P7? Can we reclaim P7? Of course, he's on the faster tyre. Hopefully we can gain some time through this final sector, and we just go a bit wide of the racing line, and we're not catching up to Sainz at all, so I'm trying to push as hard as I can. As you can see, I'm just going wide to try and get us back as much time as I can. But look at the gap in the finish line, is just up the road. We have just lost P7. What a costly mistake that was from me. I couldn't really do much in the braking zone, but to come away with P8 is a good position. And this is the podium. Sorry about the grainy stuff. I couldn't really help that. Just kind of how I record, I suppose. But Raikkonen, Vettel, and Bottas on the podium. 1-2 for Ferrari, so that's good for the championship. It's certainly good for Kimi, who now closes Hamilton down by only 5 points now from the top. So this is going to be really close between those two. Sebastian Vettel in P3, pretty much out of it. I'll be quite honest, unless like Hamilton or Kimi retire like an absolute load of times, but it won't happen. We're 4th in the constructors. Force India and Toro Rosso move up a spot, and you can see that the patch has kind of nerfed Williams because they weren't as good. That's the thing with the patch. Force India have been buffed and Williams have been nerfed. I think we've been nerfed in terms of downforce because it felt really weird with the downforce driving the car this race. But nonetheless, at the end of the session now, we have, I think, just short of 1,000 resource points. So I don't know. It's weird because I can't buy another upgrade, and I kind of don't want to buy another upgrade because it's going to be a bit pointless. I might as well wait till the end of the season before I start doing all that stuff. But yeah, that's the USA Grand Prix. It was quite a clutching at straws finish there, kind of a little bit different ending to the race than what I normally would do. But we've got a lot of components on yellow. In fact, just 2 that are on green, and now Renault are kind of like our most interested teams, replacing Toro Rosso. But that's going to be it from me. Enjoy the videos to come, and I shall see you all next time.